This video was originally just going to be an unboxing and part of my items to unbox videos, but unfortunately, or fortunately, it's turned into its own video because, oh boy, did I have a right time with this thing. Did I manage to repair it in the end, or is it something that is going to have to be just sold for spares and repairs? Well, watch to the end and we'll find out. Okay, it's the 11th of December. And some good news, so I'd forgotten in my last little bit that I'd already ordered some contact clean off Amazon, which arrived today, so I thought, you know what, let's give it a go. And it's working. The headphone jack is working, audio is properly coming out of both channels. I've left it open here just so we can have a little bit of a look at the inside. So there's the headphone jack, and in fact, yeah, dead easy, again, dead easy to take apart. And that, I did take the full board out as well. It's literally one screw, where is it? Just there. That holds the entire board in. And again, 4 screws that hold the rest of this thing together. So, how am I trying to do this on camera? It's more fiddly and everything as you do it on camera. But yeah, I took a few goes with contact cleaner. I think the white vinegar did help though. I think that it probably loosened a few things up inside of it. I'll do that off camera because that's a bit fiddly. But yeah, I took a few goes with contact cleaner, and also I got the smallest screwdriver I could to basically poke through the hook. I could see something was like coming off, and basically it was a bit of either corrosion or whatever in there, but got it out, and hooray, it's now working. I tested it before, so happy days with that. Anyway, this is a big box, and it weighs a fucking ton. Oh my god. I can't do that on camera. It's too heavy to lift up for the camera's view, unfortunately. So I will lift it up to camera though after I've opened this the box. But yeah, it's a big, heavy box. Because for those who watch my YouTube shorts, you may know my Sony TC-S1, which is a Dolby S cassette deck. Basically, it's no longer recording, and it's something that happened to the previous one as well. Except with the previous one, it arrived like that. This one, I hadn't used it in, like, I don't know, a couple of months or something, 2 or 3 months, and basically I went to basically re-record the Avril Lavigne cassette, because this had dropouts, and basically it was only recording on the left channel, and eventually it just wasn't really recording at all. So yeah, don't buy that model, unfortunately. It's a shame. It's a really nice model, draw loading mechanism. So this time around I decided, okay, I'll go for a different model, and I had a few to choose from. Quite a few to choose from. None of them were draw loaders. That was the only draw loader Dolby S cassette deck, is that I know of. Okay. No padding in there, actually, in this box. I'll show it there. There was no actual padding, but it was in there securely. Come on. Wow, that is a short. There's quite a short lead. Also, I don't think that was the original plug either. But this is the one I ended up getting. Which, let's have a look at this. Actually, oh. Has it gained those scratches in post, I wonder? I hope they come off, because I don't remember those scratches on the door. So the white marks, they should come off. Otherwise in pretty damn good nick. Dolby SHX Pro, yep, lovely. Let's see. Ooh. There we go. God, that is thicker dust. That has got a lot. I don't know. It's got a lot of dust in there, but yeah, I'll probably show this more when I've set. That is something is sliding around inside there. I thought it was the plug before, but something is definitely sliding around inside there. I'll have to have a look at this properly, because if something's broken off inside and it's fucked, because but the reason I went for that one and that, because at the time when I was looking for them, there was that one on eBay, which I ended up paying £50 for, including the delivery, which was a really good price. There was another one, an Iowa one, because it was £60 or best offer with this, and initially I put in an offer of £40, thinking that, you know, just to see, because but they put in a best offer of 48, and we're met in the middle at 45 plus a fine for postage. So yeah, but basically there was another Iowa model on Vinted. That one was slightly more expensive. That one was £70 plus postage. But the difference between the two of them, the main difference, because they were basically equally spec'd, the main difference is with this one. This has auto bias, but also a manual bias control. Where is it? There it is, for the cassette. So basically, you know, I'd usually use auto bias anyway. It's basically to get the best recording out of cassette is the simplest way to explain it. But the Iowa one only had auto bias. This one has auto plus manual. And even though I probably won't use it, it's, you know, that little feature there, okay, fine. The Iowa one sold, so I'm hoping this one works. And that, because there was even another one after I'd ordered this one that then popped up on eBay and immediately sold. It was a Yamaha one. And that one I think had auto and manual bias as well. So, but that one sold immediately, I think, for about 70 odd quid, 70-80 pounds. So yeah, if this works and that, I'm gonna open. Normally I won't open it up first, but I'm gonna open it up immediately because there's something sliding around in there. So I'm going to have a look and see what it is. And yeah, before I even test it, but I'm going to go and do that off camera. Okay, so this was the thing sliding around. And I'm assuming that is meant to clip into there, probably that way around. So yeah, this is one of the boards inside, and let me see, what is that? Oh, Sony chips in there. But this is the Dolby S unit. The camera will focus there. So yeah, this is the main reason for me getting this deck. And yeah, I think hopefully it's just come loose. It was literally like that, just rattling in there. Yeah, so I'm going to pop this back in, and I'm not going to put the lid on. I'm going to test it out first, and then we'll see. Otherwise, don't know. Just from a visual aspect, I can't see any corrosion or anything, and it hasn't snapped, thankfully. So yeah, hopefully it's all good. So I worked out why it came loose. I found this piece of metal in there, and obviously this was to keep this bit on, but there's a screw missing. Yeah, I thought it was odd that there wasn't any screws along the back, because normally there is, and turns out once upon a time there was. Yeah, and unfortunately I don't know if I've got a screw that'll fit it, but it does need a good one, because this thing will obviously keep that board in place. So yeah, I'll go have a look. Oh, things keep getting worse and worse with this deck, which was advertised as working. It's not, well, it's not exactly chewing cassettes, but basically something isn't running within there that's making them go. I've had a look, and that initial belt I can see, which is this one here. That one feels okay. Maybe a little bit slacking, slightly, but I can't see where the other belts are. So, yeah, at this point, I'm just going to contact the seller. I think at this point, because like things just aren't bloody working. Like, this was advertised as fully working, and it's not. I should have gone for the Iowa one. I should have gone, because that one was advertised with new belts and everything, and as well. I just wanted this one, because I thought it would be a better deck. I mean, it is when it's fully working. Is it repairable? Yes, but this is not how it was advertised to us. So it appears to be playing. But you can hear it is making a right sound. But that belt is doing its job. That belt is doing its job, so I don't know if it was... You can hear that. The squeaking and the clicking. I don't know if it is actually a belt issue, or whether it's just because it hasn't been used for ages, it's making all these, like, horrible noises. I don't know, because it might be lubricants it needs, actually, not new belts. But the thing is, to get this mechanism out to replace the belts is a pain in the arse. I couldn't find a service manual for it, but looking at it and the way it is, you'd have to remove this entire board here to get this thing out. And even then, I don't know how complicated it is from that car. I can see obviously one of the belts, but the other one, don't know. And also, I can't find anyone on eBay so far that's selling the exact belts, excuse me, for this deck. The exact ones for this deck, so yeah, it could be one. The thing is though, there probably is belts for it, and that just used for other mechanisms that are the exact same as this, because this mechanism will no doubt be used in other devices. But yeah, the amount it is squeaking and clicking, though, the more I use it, the less it is squeaking. So yeah, but I don't want to put any lubricants or anything on it, and that. I'm going to see what the seller says. It just stopped. Why did it stop? Right, it was the end. Okay. I haven't actually tried outputting any audio yet, so yeah, that'll be something. I'll still need to find a screw for that as well, so yeah, we'll see what happens. Alright, so I couldn't find the exact screw. I found one that does fit. It does wobble a little bit, still, because it's not the perfect size for it and that. Mainly because while it fits this, the hole that it's going through is a little bit too big for it. It's the actual hole inside. But it does mean it will not come off and that, so what I might do now is actually grab some electrical tape here so it won't short circuit anything, and tape things down as much as I can, and that just so this won't wobble, and that, so hopefully that'll do something. No response yet from the seller. I just messaged them saying that it wasn't working, which before it wasn't. I don't know if it still is now, because again, I haven't even had a chance to test it out. I've literally been working on this thing for over an hour, so yeah. Okay, so the good news is it's semi-working, but I don't know if you can hear that. It's playing far too slowly. I don't know if that is due to the belt or due to the motor or what, but yeah, at least it's at a somewhat stage where it's somewhat working, at least. Yeah, but Jesus Christ, it is really irritating. Like, the stage I've had to get to for this. Like, just getting... I had to clean the head as well. The head was filthy. Like, literally, you could barely hear anything. It was so muffled. Where's the cotton bud, actually? There we go, how black that is. Ooh. Okay. So I'm going to wait, see what the seller says, but, yeah, I'll be willing possibly to take a partial refund on this, because this still needs a lot of work. An awful lot of work. And this was advertised as fully, like, working, which it wasn't. It's taken me about 4... Let's see, Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 4:02 p.m.
4:02. So that's just after lunch, so it's taken me about 3.5 hours to get it to this stage. So, yeah, not happy. Okay, so an update on this. So, first thing is, the seller got back to me and just gave me a refund for this. Now, I've spent another hour on this. Basically, something I needed to do with the head. The head still needs a full cleaning on it, but I found like bits of wool or something in the head. Yeah, I've adjusted the speed of the motor with this. Now, I don't have a test tape to get a correct pitch. I'm just going by ear. So it won't be exact speed, but it's for me anyway. I'm not doing professional ones. But it's basically, you know, running close enough to the correct speed where I don't notice anything now. So, yeah, I haven't tested recording yet, which is the reason I bought this deck in the first place, was for recording. Also, that's now nice and dampened as well, so I'm going to continue to work on this. As I said, you know, it needs a lot of work done to it to get it to fully working, but, you know, since I've got my money refunded and that, I can hopefully get this working up to spec. But yeah, I would like to get a recording out of this and that to test it out. But yeah, that's at least something, and that, you know, it hasn't cost us anything, and that. So yeah, hopefully I can get it fully working and that, because at the minute it's still not 100% perfect. And that, it still needs a lot of refurbishment done to it. But at least it plays. It plays a cassette now. And you can listen to it. So that is better than initially. Because initially, like, that Borg was over there. And that, so I've had to do some repairs to there. That I've put, as I said, the screw is holding it in place. And that one day I will find a proper screw. That's the correct size and everything, but I've also put some tape in there, so, you know, it's held in there secure enough and that for now, so it's not going anywhere, and it's just going to be sitting here anyway. So yeah, apologies for how wobbly this is, but I think I've finally got it working. I've done a little test recording, which is the tape in. Yes, it is. So you see there, it's coming through both channels, and that's all I'm going to play from it. But yeah, that's just there we go, just using a test tape there and just literally copying a tape. Hooray! But yeah, this is my old laptop, which is on top of it. This actually makes it a bit easier now, actually, to do tapes, because basically they'll be done from the laptop straight into the back of here. So yeah, that's all. It is all working well and good, though it still needs some adjustments and everything. It's still not perfect. I noticed it's being a little bit temperamental. The auto bias doesn't seem to be wanting to work and that at the moment and that, but at least, you know, I can do a recording. It's, you know, it's in a mostly working state at the minute. I'm not going to bother, you know, doing all the trial and error stuff now, because you're probably sick of seeing the sight of this, but yeah, when it is working and that all up well and good, hooray. And yeah, you can actually have a look at the deck, hooray. So yeah, there's also a headphone output on here, but it has its own separate volume. I noticed I might actually use the deoxit actually on the balance, because it crackled slightly when I was trying it. Because initially I was getting the same issue that I got on the other one, and on the Sony. But I did a bit more cleaning and that on the heads and everything and the rollers, and thankfully it was fine after that. So yeah, thankfully this thing is, you know, in a mostly functional state, and that's for most people perfectly happy. For me, you know, I want it in its fully skate because it's a Dolby S cassette deck. But you know, I mean, it rewinds and everything, which I think what I might do is play some tapes and that through this. Also, I didn't realise this when I bought it, but obviously it's something I realise now. This one's not auto reverse, which is really odd. Actually, you'd think, because this is a more high-end deck, because it's Dolby S, that would have auto reverse, but no, it doesn't. Oh yeah, that needs a new belt. I can see that is going very fucking slow. If I get a light, you see that is meant to be rewinding. Yeah, this thing does need new belts, but that'll be done another day. For now, you know, it's been worth it. I've decided that this thing is just going to be its own video because it's skating up so much footage. So, good news and bad news. So, the good news is this thing actually sounds really good. I've actually made a Dolby S recording of Michael Jackson Escape. And it sounds amazing. It sounds fantastic. There is a slight drawback to it. Two things. Number one, I just noticed this just before. I'm playing it on my main deck. Is basically back's too slow. So yeah, I will need to adjust the speed control on this, but that's fine. I can easily do that. The only other problem is it does squeak. It does still squeak. Occasionally when playing a tape or recording a tape as well, it does squeak. Now this can be fixed with some lubricant and some silicone grease. However, that deck, the mechanism there, I don't know. I do have some silicone lubricant, so I might try squirting some of that in, since it won't affect anything electrical in there and it won't affect the belt. Because hopefully that'll get down and then hopefully that'll solve the issue. Maybe, I don't know. I'll do that at a later date though, because I'm sick of farting on with it for now. But you know what? Definitely worth it. And the fact that, you know, this was free and that, and I know some people might be saying, oh, you know, you're scamming the seller. Well, no, because the seller advertised it as fully working, and when I received it, it was not working. In fact, it wasn't working at all when I got it, and that I've had to do a lot of work to get this fixed. You know, if it was sold as spare or repair, fine, but yeah, when I messaged the seller about it, they basically said, yeah, if it's not working, which it wasn't at the time, don't bother sending it back, because it would cost them more money and that to have it sent back or anything. So yeah, the fact that it is working, and it does sound better than the Sony one I had before. I don't know if that was because it was on its way out, the Sony one, or you know, whether it was just because this one is just a better deck in general. But it does sound better, and I'm glad that it is working. And that, at least somewhat. Again, we'll keep going with this now. TLC it as much as I can, and that. So we're nearly there. You know, I should probably do a test tape. Actually, record a test tape on here, because I know this one's going at the right speed. I should probably do a test tape on here, to get this one at the right speed. Well, I say that I'm assuming that none of these will be perfect because I don't have a test tape I don't have one of the actual official test tapes, and even them aren't perfect basically. But I know with this one, every tape I'm playing it perfectly fine, and obviously it does have the ability to record, but not with any Dolby noise reduction. This is the first deck I've got where adding the Dolby S, it makes it sound better. It does make it sound better. Other decks where I've used Dolby S before didn't really make it sound much. This one did actually with the Dolby S. It did actually make it sound better. So yeah. Regardless, we'll keep going. Okay, sorry about the flickering with my torch here, but basically what I've done here is I have sprayed it with some silicone lubricant, which I've put down somewhere, and I don't know where I bloody just put it. Oh, there it is. So this is what I've used, silicone lubricant. The bloody autofocus is turned off. There we go. Now, although, yes, it does say WD-40, but that is just a brand, alright? I've got regular WD-40 as well. In fact, here it is. That's regular WD-40. This is not. This is for silicone. And also, this is what I use to re-lubricate cassettes that have dried out. So if you've got any cassettes and they're struggling to play in that, give them a bit of a spray with this, fast forward them and rewind them a few times, and this should get them going. Now, there is still the clicking with the fast forwarding. With the rewind, though, that uses something separate. However, I haven't heard any squeaks yet from it, from playing cassettes, and that was the main thing, so that's good. I've adjusted the speed slightly. I believe it's really hard to tell because it was, you know, it's so slight, but yeah. But what I've done is I've essentially sprayed down into the mechanism there, and hopefully that'll be good enough. And that's because, to be honest, I don't want to take this thing apart to re-grease it or anything. That belt that's on there seems perfectly fine. So yeah, I don't want to take it apart any more than I already would have to. And that I'm going to re-record that Michael Jackson cassette, and you know, hopefully it'll then play fine. The thing is, the only reason I noticed is because I was playing it in this deck and then in this one. Like, I went, like, if I went straight to playing in this deck, I don't know if I would have noticed, or at least not that quickly. Because, again, it obviously would play fine in the machine that recorded it in the first place, so we'll have another go at that. But, hopefully this will be the last time I need to open it up. Thankfully, getting it open to this stage is pretty easy. It's just 6 screws, and then you're in. Something I find a bit odd is that the eject button here is on the top here and the power button's there. I'm so used to the smaller button being a power button and that being that. So, yeah, but regardless anyway. Oh, God. I ran into another issue, so I've just put it back together. It won't open up now. I don't know if it's catching on something here, but yeah, it opened up initially, now it will not open. So I'm going to have to open it up again, because the tape's in there. So here we go again. So I think it might have been that latch just here, that little latch, because it's now moving in and out okay. It's playing. Fast forwarding. Rewinding. And it's all releasing, so yeah, I don't know what that was all about. Why it did any of that. I'm going to take the tape out this time. But yeah, I don't know what that was. But it is softly ejecting on that now. So yeah, I gotta put the thing back together now. Okay, moment of truth. It's opened. Let's place the tape in. And what we're going to do is, you can see here the different Dolby options. In fact, well, maybe you can, maybe you can't. I don't know how well this is actually showing it. It's kind of like blowing it out. Anyway, we're going to set it to Dolby S, and we're going to hold down the auto tuning button for auto biasing. And you can see there it's beginning to auto bias. I could do it manually as well. I've already set the record level as well, so that's all nice, well done. We've got this. This is my old laptop set up here ready, and it's just audio out going through there, because this laptop can actually act as line out as well as a headphone jack. So basically, it'll just come through full force. Got the tracks for this side queued up, so we're ready. So let's go, and we'll press play, and you can see there the VU meters. There we go, so it's all set. So yeah, this is going to re-record this, and hopefully in that the speeds and that should be perfectly fine with this one. But yeah, I don't know what it was that was jamming the door, but I took it off, and basically I gave the bits that were like holding it in a little wiggle, and it clicked back out and it came out perfectly fine. So yeah, I don't know what happened in there, but it's going through there, and it hasn't made a squeak. You can see it rotating there, around there perfectly fine. But yeah, it hasn't made a squeak as of yet. Is that going at the right speed? Yeah, hopefully. Again, I don't have a test tone tape, and those things are pretty expensive these days. And again, they're not 100% reliable, because again, tape, you know, can stretch and that over time, various other things. So yeah, it's never going to be perfect. As long as I can get it, if I can get it good enough that I can go from that deck to that deck to a Walkman and everything, and you know, it sounds fine in all of them, that's good enough for me. That's good enough for me. Where generally, you know, where it's at the point where all of them sound good. I mean, I've tested other tapes in them as well, because playback, you know, is perfectly fine. But yeah, hopefully this will be the last one anyway. But again, no squeak. Though when it does tend to do it is when it's nearer the end of the cassette, I think, because it has more take up on the other one and that. But it does do a squeak. So hopefully with that silicone in there, which I do need to wash my hands afterwards, I did get some of it on my fingers. But yeah, it won't hurt any of the electronics, and it won't affect the belt either, which is the main thing. Because obviously, you know, other substances like this regular WD-40, that could affect the belt, basically make it perish. Silicone won't, or shouldn't. I mean, I basically have avoided the belt and that as much as I could without taking it out. And I think a minute amount did get on the belt, but I did wipe it off, so it should be alright. So yeah, fingers crossed. But yeah, that's going quite nicely. Quite nicely there. It's doing it again. It seems to be when the auto tuning happens, it activates a locking mechanism for the cassette door, and it seems to keep getting jammed because it won't come out, and despite turning it on and off. Ooh. It did something there. Okay, so I've worked it out. It's that little white cog there that doesn't turn all the way. It gets stuck So that is the thing that was stopping the door from releasing. So I've manually turned it, and now it releases the door. So yeah, hopefully if I work it a couple of more times. The good news was that silicone lubricant, it hasn't completely stopped the squeaking, but it happens less and it's not as loud. So hopefully after, you know, it working a few more times, hopefully it'll actually do something and work out good. Hey ho, I plugged in my light. So I think the best way to do this is, rather than just put the tape in, press auto bias, go through the whole thing as it says in the instructions. So even though it was turned on before, I've turned it off. So let's press Dolby Noise Reduction and go to Dolby S, and we're going to hold down the auto tune and then hope it goes all the way. Has it done it again? Yes, it has. Yeah, that cog is not going round. I've just taken it apart and put it back together. Thing is, it won't do anything else now. It's stuck in that auto bias mode. Yeah, it's been doing that the whole time. Like, it works sometimes and doesn't the other. I'm going to play on with it tomorrow. I'll leave that for now because honestly I'm sick of bloody playing on with this for the night. Because I've taken this thing apart, put it back together, I think about 12 times. So yeah, I'm bloody sick of it. Well, I will get it working eventually. So you know how I said I wasn't going to open it again tonight? Well, I did, and yeah, it's... oh god, I'm sick of farting on with this. Like, as soon as I press that auto tune button, like, it'll play. It'll not play now, because that gear keeps getting stuck, and when it does, that won't open. So basically I have to manually turn that for the mechanism to go around. I don't know. Is it because I sprayed the silicone lubricant on it? Is that the reason why? Because it was acting a bit like that beforehand, I don't know. Oh god, should I try contact cleaner? Don't think so actually, because it won't do anything. Oh god. I can get the tape out, hooray. Okay. So it plays. You can see the wheels going around there. Fast forward, rewind. It's only when I press that auto bias button that it's going to do something funny. So, I want that auto bias to work though. Right. I don't know, I'm going to have to grab it and have another look. Right, so it seems to be working now. Or has it stopped? Oh, it's done it again. Oh, it was working a second. It was starting it because I manually moved the cog round and round a few times, and it was starting to do it. Let's see if it try it again. But the problem is now I can't get it out of anything. It's stuck because that cog won't. Oh my god. I'm bloody sick of doing this. I'm going to leave it till morning now for real this time. Because I'm tired. I'm really fucking tired. I've worked on this. Jesus Christ. I should have just lived with the bloody... Because the thing is, I don't know whether that is my fault that this has happened. Because the auto tuning was already dogshit beforehand. It only wanted to work half the time. Oh, we'll see till morning. I decided to take it apart again the same fucking night. Why do I keep doing this? Though I might have solved it this time. I actually thought, you know what? It's something down here. And that keeps jamming. So I sprayed a bit of lubricant on the inside bit. And now, hopefully, I'll do it again. I've run it several times now. And it seems to be working every single time. So, yeah, and it's not making the squeak anymore. And it's doing it every time. So, I think that might have actually done it. And as you can see, look at that, still opens. And we'll run it one more time, and then I'll seal it all back up. As you can see there, it's going round. Rewinding back. It's listening to it. And then it'll rewind it back once more. And yeah. So, I'm going to turn that off. I think that might be it. I might be done with that. Oh, I hope that's the case. I bloody hope so. So let's put it back together one more time and we'll see if it works. Okay, moment of truth. Got Dolby S on and it's going round. Ho ho ho, it's going round. And back, playing it back, listening to it, hooray. It's ready. And now it's recording. Oh, thank God. Oh my Jesus Christ, man. This was... So hopefully that'll be the end of it here. Still gotta do both sides of that tape, so... You know, hopefully auto-tune will work the other way around. But yeah, it's going around there now. It's actually looking pretty good. It's actually... That's running a bit smoother as well, actually. So... yeah, I thought I could have possibly ruined things with it, the silicon, but turns out no, that was the thing that did fix it. So yeah, this thing, bloody lifesaver for this deck, and good job I already had some as well, because the price on it has gone up like insanely. So yeah, happy days. It's fucking jammed again. It almost made it. Let's hold it again. There's that squeak. Nah. Okay, well it managed to do one side of the tape. It did manage to do one side, so I think it's just going to need a lot more lubricant, but it did do one side of the tape, so that's something. Right. Oh, wrong button. It's running through it. So I opened it up. I only opened half of it actually. I was able to open the panel enough to basically squirt some of this in there, and it got going again. I think I'll just have to, like, the more I keep doing it over and over again, the more I keep doing it over and over, the better the better it'll be. I don't know what the hell it's doing there. It's doing something weird now. What? I don't know what the hell it's doing with the auto bias. It's like usably perfect tape there. Does the head need cleaning again? I'll give the head a clean. That's fast forwarding way too much. Okay, let's rewind that tape back to the beginning. If you can hear a noise in the background, my laptop is rendering a video right now. Alright, so just check, yeah, that's right at the very beginning. It's going. Good, it's not going insane this time, okay. What is this? I don't know, it's like doing it. Because normally it's just a few seconds, not this much. I don't understand what it's doing. Let me just pop that in my other deck and listen to it. So you don't know. It actually sounds fine actually on the other side. So I'm tempted to just leave it. We'll give it one more go. Because doing the auto bias over and over again, you know, can only be good for its mechanism. So we'll reset. That counter's going much quicker as well. I'm tempted to get another tape out actually and see what it does with that one. Is it just this one that it's doing that with? Try this one in. This is a chrome tape. Actually, yeah, it does have the plastic. Okay, let's try. I can't. This is going and going and going. Yeah, I thought it was only doing a few seconds. I mean, it does eventually get to it. Oh, it just keeps going and going and going and going and going. And then it just gives up. So what is that doing now? Is it just because I've sprayed it with a load of silicone lubricant and it's just kind of figuring itself out? I mean, the mechanism at least is working, which it wasn't before. But, yeah, it might be that there's too much lubricant in there. I don't know. We'll give it a fast forward even. God, look at that thing go around. It goes around quick. That tip is going too... Yeah, that thing... I just realised what the problem is. It's running too quick now. That thing is running way too quick. Look how fast those reels are going round. Oh, it's just far too quick. Okay, so auto calibration is working. It's just it's going too quick. That's why I can't get an auto bias, because the reels are just running around at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Great. Okay, so I can see exactly what the problem is. The belt has unfortunately come loose, and I think it's expanded a bit actually, because it doesn't want to quite stay on there. So I don't know if the lubricant's done that or what, but yeah, basically that belt has expanded, and basically is not making it go anymore. It's a shame because everything else is working about it. It's just oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I don't know if I could get a generic belt for it, because there isn't actually one for this machine, and also no way to know how to get it out either. So kind of guess its path. I'm looking at it. It hasn't disintegrated or anything, so yeah, I shall have a look into that. Actually, it looks better actually with that there, but yeah, it's this belt here. It's got no torque in it now. It's starting to go a little bit. I think the more it's been running in that as well. So yeah, this thing is well and truly fucked. So I've had a look, and I could only find assortments of belts that don't come until after Christmas. Great, I'll have to see if a hardware shop does. Okay, so I've taken the belt out, things that have fallen out anyway, and it is a little bit sticky now that I've got it out there. A little bit. It hasn't turned to mush yet, it's still actually holding its shape, it's got a little bit of spring. You can see there, it's a little bit, it's not exactly perfectly circular. It's a little kink there, but whether it's the silicone that's made it go like this now, I don't know. But I'm going to measure it up, and hopefully, I think since it's just a flat belt, I think I'll be fine with a general pack. I did have one, like, ages ago. And, yeah, I don't know what happened to that. They've probably turned to mush, because that was years ago. But, yeah, I'm going to measure this up and hopefully order a new one. So there's the new belt that I'm going to try and put in. It's ever so slightly thicker, though I think by only 1 millimeter. So because basically it's out of a set of assorted belts. It is slightly. I've chosen one that's slightly smaller than the existing belt, because the existing belt is stretched and that. Is that my fault? Possibly, probably, who knows? Because basically, advice online about using silicone spray, it's all contradictory. Some people say yes, use it. Some people say don't. I will say, like, it did resolve that squeaking issue mostly. Like, it does slightly squeak and that, but nowhere near as bad as it was beforehand. So it did do that. So yeah. Hopefully this belt, getting it in is going to be a bit of a pain in the ass, but we'll see. So I'm going to try and do that now. Apologies for the flickering, but you can see I've put the belt in My god, that was a ping in the arse to put in, but yeah, let's see if it works. I don't get it. The belt is in there. It's in there. When I move it manually, you can see that cog. That one there. It moves. But it will not play. It's not doing anything. I can still fast forward and rewind, that wasn't working before, but oh, hang on, now it's playing. Right, so I think that fast forwarding has got it playing. Let me see, a little auto thingy. I think we got it. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'm guessing just something on the belt just wasn't catching or something, but that quick fast forward and then trying playing, it works. So yeah, let's put the thing back together. Okay, so I'm just checking the levels there, and it's just about where I want it, you know, just slightly going in to the red there. So that's all nice, well and good. I'm trying to do this with my wrong hand. So drag this all the way back to the beginning. It's great. So I'm just going to press stop there. Check, right, tape's at the beginning. So we're going to select Dolby S, and we're going to hold down the tuning button. So this is going to auto bias. And as you can see that here, or not here, didn't make a squeak. No squeak or anything, and it's just doing it. I also did try playing a regular cassette in there, just to check that the new belts, you know, hadn't affected the speed and that. And no, it's all fine, so it's ready. So, let's go. And is that playing? Yes, it is. So you can see there the levels and that coming in there. So yeah, and it's recording. Hooray! So yeah, and just to this isn't a 3-head, by the way. This is just a 2-head. So unfortunately, you're not able to hear your recording as it's being recorded, unfortunately. But saying that, now that hopefully it's all well up and running, happy days. I hope if this is the end, this will be the last little update I do on it. So yeah, I don't know how long this video is, but I can tell you, I've spent between 8 and 10 hours on this. So I don't know how long this video is, but that's how long I have most likely spent on this. I got up to 8 hours and I kind of stopped counting after that. So yeah, alright, now I do have all these other belts here. So, you know, even though it was a millimetre thicker, thankfully with this it didn't matter. And that I would have got an official belt, like, well, I say official, I would have got a proper belt like that was, you know, the right size exactly for this model, but there's just not a lot of information about this. There's really not. So yeah, but as I said, the other belts won't go to waste. I mean, I could probably use them in this as well, at least for the larger belts, and that not so much the smaller ones. So there's that. probably won't need to, as I said, because this one I changed the belts. I think it was last year. It was either last year or 2023 I changed the belts on this, so this one, you know, should be good, you know, for at least another decade, I'd say, at least. But, yeah, the fact that this is, hopefully, you know, up and running, going well, going good, because obviously I've saved a ton of money on it. I did actually see the Yamaha Dolby S cassette deck, actually, in Cashies today, for £100. It was in really nice condition as well. It was in really nice condition. If I was still looking for one, to be honest, the good thing about that one is it would get rid of any headaches and that. I mean, this, it wasn't really a headache in terms of, you know, losing any money. I mean, this pack of belts cost £5.77. That's how much I've spent on this. That's the only thing I bought for this. Everything else, like the silicone lubricant, I already had to hand. But, yeah, I'd also like to thank people like Techmoan, even though he had no involvement in this. Without him watching his videos and that, I probably would have never have had the courage or basic understanding on how to repair these. So, yeah. So the two issues was the squeaking and the belts, which, I mean, it would have needed to be replaced at some point anyway. So, you know, hopefully this is all one go. It hasn't made a noise. It's been completely silent. I mean, you can hear... Go right next to it. You might be able to hear the motor very, very slightly. But otherwise, that is it. So yeah, should you get a Dolby S cassette deck? No, no. You'd be better off with anything else. To be honest, like there's not the biggest difference between Dolby S and Dolby C. I just wanted it because I'm just one of those people who just wants it just for the sake of kind of having it and making a recording with it that's got Dolby S. Ooh, you know. But yeah, hopefully that's the end of this video. Hopefully.